Do you feel blocked from your purpose in life? Do you feel perpetually stuck or confused or stressed out around what your true calling is? Like most people, you've probably tried a bunch of jobs or professions and you end up feeling like you're just chasing money and you don't derive any sense of deep fulfillment or nourishment from the work that you're doing, like on a soul level. Maybe you've even tried to start a business in the past and you're just getting a lot of mixed signals from life around whether that's the right thing or not. Now, this issue of life purpose can be the number one source of depression, anxiety, and stress for so many people out there in our modern world. And this used to be me too. It was the main thing in my life that was causing me angst. And I got stuck in a cycle of trying to figure this out for years and years. And it did not feel good whatsoever. So if you're in that place, pay close attention to what I'm about to share with you. And please make it a top priority to practice what I'm about to share with you, because it's really about anchoring what I'm going to say into your direct experience in life, okay? Now, there is a solution, and I want you to know that this solution is going to feel a bit counterintuitive at first because it goes against the conventional grain of what most people are going to tell you about life purpose and how to find it. So let's dive in. So here's the big problem in the way that most people go about this. They're trying to figure it out. They're trying to give form, what is the thing that I'm supposed to do? And I'm telling you, that is the wrong question. It is the wrong way to go about it, because what ends up happening is you just start banging your head against the wall of physical reality. And you can't get the answer that you're looking for because you're so stuck in your thinking mind. You end up overthinking it. And the solution to this issue is not going to come just from your analytical mind. But that is the main kind of pathway that people use to try to get solutions and get clarity. And it gets very, very frustrating because it's basically like a hamster wheel. There's just no way you can get the depth of clarity that you need around such a massive and important topic like this in your life, just coming from your intellect. So the solution is this. You have to use your awareness and your imagination in a new way. And you have to train yourself to become the kind of person that you need to become first before the issue of life purpose is going to be revealed to you and with a sense of clarity. So what most people do is they externalize their reality and they put all this focus on what is the form my purpose is supposed to take, but they are not in their consciousness at the level of maturity and insight and awareness that they need to be in order to have a natural clarity around the form that their purpose is supposed to take. So what you want to do is spend a few minutes every day using your imagination to see yourself as already there. How would it feel if you were living a life of purpose? Who would you be if you were already clear on your purpose? And you start to imagine yourself already as that person, doing the work that you love. And even if there's no clarity on the how of that, what is the thing that I'm here to do? Don't worry about it. Just start feeling in your imagination a sense of deep fulfillment and connection with what you're doing. And if you train your mind to do that and you start practicing that a little bit even every day, what happens is it opens a new pathway in your neural patterning where you start to see a glimpse into a new reality, a new potential for yourself. And what happens for most people is that their energy just gets so blocked around this issue. And they start to develop a story that is pretty cynical and pretty limiting around their potential and around what's possible for them. And they're like, well, people get lucky if they find their purpose, or if they make a lot of money doing what they love, they're just one of the privileged few. I can't do that. And you notice the brain just starts forming these really limiting thoughts and stories around your true potential. So you have to have the humility and the openness and drop your stubbornness for a few minutes a day and instead visualize yourself and feel the emotions, the feelings of already being fulfilled. Who are you if you're already living your purpose? And you feel whatever fulfillment feels like to you, whatever inspiration, whatever making a true impact in the world feels like, making all the money that you want, doing what you love. And you don't worry so much about the how. You don't even you don't let that into your conscious mind. You just focus on the feelings of already being there, okay? Now I know this can trigger The cynical mind, it can trigger the judgmental mind. It's like, yeah, that's not going to work. And I used to be that way too, but I'm telling you, this is the solution. You have to step into a higher version of consciousness. You have to train your mind to get out of its own way and allow yourself the privilege of feeling the exact way you want to feel now, and trust that that is a doorway into a new life for you, okay? Does this make sense? Leave me a comment below if you're feeling like this is a new way of seeing your situation, a new way of relating to this issue, or if you have any questions, because this is huge. I mean, this is your life. This is, your purpose in life is kind of a big deal, right? So here's another way to look at it. Instead of like thinking that you're the form, like there's this big form that you got to figure out for your purpose, like the specific job or business that you're supposed to create for yourself or discover. Tell yourself this: my number one purpose in life is to expand my consciousness. From there, all answers are naturally given. My number one purpose in life is to expand my consciousness. From there, all insight, all clarity arises naturally. Now that's true. That's truth. Like, if it doesn't feel true to you, it's just because you've been conditioned to believe, like millions of other people, that you have to use your logical mind and you have to use these survival mechanisms to try to figure things out and maintain this false sense of control in your reality. Give yourself permission to relinquish that painful way of living and instead tap into your imagination. Go deep into who you really are and use these different facets of your mind that have the real answers, okay? You're already whole. You're already complete. You're already doing the work that you love. You already feel amazing and fulfilled. It's already here with you now. Allow yourself to feel those feelings. And what happens is you start to get these sparks of energy and insight by virtue of doing that. It's like it creates this little breadcrumb trail inside of you where just by virtue of opening up your energy and expanding your mind, the next step that you're supposed to take starts to present itself naturally. So what happens most of the time, have you noticed this, is that you just get overwhelmed by the daunting task of like, oh my gosh, I have to start this like huge business or this empire, or I have to like get into this career that I really don't even know what it is, and it just feels so overwhelming. All that you need to worry about, not even worry, just focus on, is what's the next step to take. Take a baby step. What energizes you? What excites you? And just don't overthink it. Like, just get into a state of already feeling good, already feeling fulfilled, and then see what your consciousness naturally presents to you next. Don't force it. Don't beg for it. It's all here with you already. You just need to give yourself permission to surrender to it. Doesn't that feel like a just deep sigh of relief? So that's the irony of this life, right? The things that you really want, the things that will actually give you the deepest level of fulfillment, you have to train your mind to feel those things now, to reverse that constant cycle of reacting to physical reality and basing your sense of identity and self-worth around what you see outside of you. Because if you do that, you never get answers. It's just a perpetual cycle of confusion and pain and suffering. I've been there. Nearly all people have been there in our modern world, and I'm sure you've been there too. There is a way out. Use your imagination. Tap into a better feeling state right now and see what your consciousness presents to you as the next step to take. Whatever energizes you, whatever feels exciting and inspiring, just do that. Now, this YouTube channel and these videos are a direct reflection of that. Just by virtue of like practicing being in a state of openness and joy in my inner life and my awareness, I got a very clear hit that I was meant to create a new YouTube channel and do videos like this. And the book that I wrote, a couple of years ago, my most recent book, The Instant Upgrade, came entirely from this place. I had no plan to write a book, but since I was practicing keeping myself in an open state of awareness and dropping my negative stories and just allowing myself to feel love, to feel abundance in this very moment, I got a very clear hit, a very clear signal from life that writing a book would be a cool thing to do. And I got excited about it. There was energy around it. We all have that. And you can do this this is like being in a state of flow. You can do this naturally. You can train yourself to enter that state of flow without the typical struggle that so many people experience trying to get into this state, right? It's a state of natural abundance. It's who you really are. And life gives you all the answers. You don't need to worry about what you're going to be doing 20 years from now. You just need to get tapped into a zone of clarity around what is my next step. And you trust yourself enough to just do that thing. So whether it's create a YouTube channel or make that little piece of art that you've been wanting to make, or get involved in a new creative project, or maybe it is seeking out a new job. Like, you just get a hit from a deeper place in your consciousness, like, oh, go to this website, or go look at this opportunity. And these things take care of themselves, and it's really freaking amazing. It's a beautiful thing because you don't need to control it. You don't need to fight with it. And in fact, you don't have control over this. You're not meant to control these things. There is a much greater intelligence running through you that has your back. It's the same energy, it's the same intelligence that beats your heart, that cycles oxygen through your body, that is responsible for all the different processes in nature. You don't have control over these things, and you don't need to. Let go and trust this life that it has your back. Your job is to tap into this higher field of awareness in this moment, unconditionally. You don't need circumstances around you to validate why you should feel good, or to show you that, oh, now I can do it because I finally got this goodie from life, right? Do it for yourself now, unconditionally. So if you follow along the videos on this channel, there's a lot more information about this. Obviously, there's only so much I can share about this in a short YouTube video. It's a big topic. And it does go against the conventional grain of what most of us have been conditioned to believe to be true. And this is why so many people suffer, and they end up in crappy jobs, feeling stressed out, and making just enough money to survive. If you look at the middle class in our modern world, that's really what most people are doing. They're surviving, they're living paycheck to paycheck, they're just paying the bills. And I'm telling you, you have access to an infinite world of abundance inside of you. We all do. Most people just never learn how to do this, though. And in fact, their public education brainwashes them into believing that they're this limited, fragmented being who needs to use these fear-based tactics to get by in life. Logic, the rational mind. Just use your thinking mind and that's it. I'm telling you, it's crap. It doesn't work. It's not going to lead you where you want in this life. So spend 5 minutes today tapping into a deeper state of awareness. Allow yourself the privilege of feeling amazing right now. Use your imagination daily and see where it takes you. I hope this short message helps you out. Be sure to subscribe to this channel if this message is helpful for you. I'll be shooting a lot more videos like this to anchor these new concepts into your reality. And yeah, even though it feels like it goes against conventional wisdom, remember, that's why it works. Do you really want to be like the masses out there? Most people are living a life of quiet desperation. And that's really a tragedy because it's completely unnecessary. So let's together rewire your brain for success, for abundance, for true fulfillment and freedom in this life. It can happen for you. All right, thanks for listening. Leave me a comment below. Be sure to like this video if it's resonated with you, and I'll talk to you soon.